Hey everybody, welcome to the farm here on No Creek Farm. So this is a family farm, and this is run by myself and my dad and my grandpa. Grandpa's pretty uninvolved, but he does help out from time to time. But so mostly it's just my dad and I, and we are the small dairy farm, smaller even this year than we usually are. Milking 50 head here in this small tie stall. Had a rough year, so we downsized the herd. Well, the only cows that we have on the farm currently are the milking cows. Ideally, I would like to grow the herd to at least the size that it was. Like, these girls are full up. So that's going to be kind of my main goal for the year, the coming year, is to get our herd grown again, sold off. Dad kind of is taking a step back, and it's kind of my farm to get up and running. So, yeah. And I decided that I'm going to bring you guys along and see if we can kind of do this together. So, it is August. We have some oat crop that we need to get combined. Dad and Grandpa have been working on the combine this morning while we did morning chores. We're all finished with that, but we need to grab the head. We could probably just grab the old 350. Gotta get the head out of the barn. Just back her over here into the main machine shed. Give you guys a little bit of a tour here. It's looking like we're gonna have to maybe get the tractor out of the way. This is our main machine shed here. Kind of give you a little bit of a tour as we're doing some jobs throughout the day. So, like I did mention, we're a 50 head milking farm right now, very small. But it wasn't always that way, so we kind of went through a bit of a struggle this year, and Dad kind of decided he was done for. So my job to get us back up and going. So this here that I'm in is this 7610. This is our main planter tractor. We really have a ton other jobs than planter tractor. We do haul some wagons with it from time to time, do haul some silage boxes with it as well from time to time, but look this way a little bit. Should be good. Go. Hooked up. We're not one of your big fancy farms, that's for sure. We're just a small family dairy farm. Aspirations to be one of your big fancy farms, but that's a ways down the road. That's for sure. So we're getting the head out this morning to get some knives changed on it, make sure everything's running smoothly. I know that there's a few sickles on the sickle bar there that are broken off that we need to get replaced quick. Get it all greased up and all that good stuff. Gonna pull it right here, and I can walk to and fro from the shop and fix it up. So, like I said, this is our combine. This is new to us, just last year. You may have caught a peek of an old, very beat up looking combine behind the shed there. That was our combine 2 years ago. And since then it's just kind of sat out and behind the shed and kind of collected dust. That was Grandpa's combine, actually. Grandpa bought that back in 72 or something, almost brand new, and he ran it ever since. We ran it for almost 40 years. It had a lot of hours on it, and it was not even hardly running what we needed to run. So Dad and I made this purchase together, 9410, run a 6-row corn head on it. And, this 20-foot platform head here for beans and oat and wheat and all that stuff, so yep. In the shop here, got our big tractor. It's a 8210. We're just getting it prepared for chopping season coming up here next month. Highest horsepower tractor on the farm. About 220 horse, I think, what it's dialed in at. Kubota. There's two. Everything on this farm is paid for, besides 2 of our rented fields and 2 of our machines. One of these machines is this Kubota skid steer. We were running an old Bobcat, and just need something a little bit bigger, a little bit more reliable. So we purchased this SSV 75 Kubota just this last winter. It's done good this year so far. And then this mower actually is a new purchase as well. This is financed currently right now in a 5-year plan, so payments are pretty hefty right now, but I felt like for efficiency purposes, when I took over the farm, this is what we needed. We do a lot of haying and grass work and all that stuff, so this was something that I felt was a worthy investment. Gets through those jobs quick, a lot quicker than what our old pull-behind John Deere Moco did. So yeah, this is our pretty much brand new 2022 John Deere mower, so fitted with Green Star and everything. The only machine on the farm actually that runs, that we have GPS on, so I'm looking to integrate auto steer a little bit more and into more of our operation and machines. So, but for now, this is the one that we're running. So this is our shop. Got our mowers in here, got our gator in here, all the things that we really need to do our own fixing and fabricating and all that stuff right here in the shop. Generators, air compressor, just got all of our fuels and all that stuff, starter fluid and filters and welders and presses and all that stuff. So, yep, that's that part of the shop. Now we got our lathe over here in case we need that. But anywho, I'm gonna get back to what we need to do. So I'm gonna get the head fixed. I think we have some more spare knives over here somewhere in one of these cabinets or up in the parts room up there. And we'll get back to you guys once we're probably getting up and ready to go cut some oats. We're just kind of getting things set up here. I got Dad following me in the service pickup there. And I'm in the 4255. This is kind of our baling tractor, very all-purpose tractor. One of the few sound guards that we have on the farm. Got this one and the feeder tractor. We're heading back down our lane, very long lane. Goes back through all of our fields, but got some of our equipment back here, storage, because our farmyard's just not big enough for it. So we got our chisel plow and our cultivator and our weeders, our weeding cultivators. But I'm grabbing these wagons. We're gonna get these brought down. Dad's following me, so once we get these dropped off, I can get a ride back. I don't have to walk all the way back because these oat fields are actually pretty far back down there, so that would be a long walk. This is our service truck that Dad's in. Got our fuel tank on the back. Sometimes we set our welder there. Just a nice Bradford bed here on the back in case we need it. Do any maintenance in the field and all that stuff. So we'll get these wagons brought down the field and we'll keep rolling and getting some things set up. Oh, I forgot to mention that these are our silage wagons as well. These are John Deere 716A silage wagons. Dad and Grandpa, well, Grandpa mostly, swore by those. And we still rock them even today, so they do a good job for us. And we're happy to continue to run those. Just heading back to the field with the second set of wagons here. We run Parker wagons like I showed you. Got 4 of them. All of this stuff to our left that you can see is ours. All these fields. This right here is the neighbor's. We don't own that. Kind of blocked off with fence posts there. Yeah, so we have this field that we have a small path that leads back to a second field. We're going to be taking this field off first. We always plant these in the same crop. And I wouldn't say always, but almost always we have these in the same crop because it just makes sense. Got our 4 wagons down here. Head back. Dad will hop in the truck. I'll grab the combine and we'll get down here and start cutting ourselves some oats. Dad's got us lined up pretty good here that we should be able to hold the head on. There we go. Pull back. Plenty of room for him to get out. Then we'll get the PTO hooked up on the lines and all that good stuff, and we'll get cutting. All right, so we're gonna fire up the thresher here. And seems to be sounding wrong. Fired it up and checked over everything before heading down, but always good to check. Fire up the head now. There we go. Let's get into these oats. Just gonna cut a little bit here. Then we'll get out and kind of check over and see how everything's cutting. Looking pretty good. Doing a nice swath. Nothing wrong there. Might need to tighten up the concaves a bit here on this. A little bit of loss, but other than that, I think we're doing pretty good, so we'll do that, and then we should be good to just hammer this out. Got the headlands off now. Everything's going pretty smooth, honestly. Yields aren't good. Really the only way that I know that is the grain tank is not filling very quick. So that's never fun to see. But it's, like I said, it's been a really tough year for our farm. We've got quite a bit of drought. And it's just one of those things, you know, happens in farming, and all you can hope is that next year is going to be better and can kind of make up for the lost year. There's certainly some things that we could do to maybe help improve these yields. Probably could take back some of these fence rows and maybe invest in some drain tile. We did put drain tile in one of our fields here over this past summer. It doesn't have crop in it, unfortunately, but I figured it was worth the investment in that field of when it didn't really work out. The timing wise didn't work out too great, but because we can't put crop in it, but it should be good to go next year and should produce a hopefully pretty good yield, fingers crossed. So, there's a pretty gnarly waterway in this field right there on the west edge of this field, about halfway through. You gotta go real slow when you're combining through that. You miss that one and hit it going 3-4 mile an hour, you are definitely in to break something. So we're running about 3 mile an hour sometimes up to 4, kind of fluctuating between the two. But yeah, it's going good so far. Definitely happy with how the combine's running, but their second year running it, didn't have any issues with it last year. I bought it from a guy up in Wisconsin, so quite a ways away, and took great care of it. I mean, this thing's in great shape. Stored it inside, just really good care of it. That's kind of what sold us on it. The price point was a little bit higher, but hoping to have this machine for a while, and hopefully it stays good and we can maintain it the way he did. You heard me just hit about 80% there. So I think we're gonna dump. Make sure we're not spilling over or anything, just to be safe. Probably should have had Dad move these wagons a bit. Doors open. Lined her up pretty good there, eh? Pretty nicely lined up. Kinda hard to judge it sometimes. I know a lot of guys have those fancy cameras and stuff on their auger that they can kinda do it that way, but we like to do it old school. Well, we don't like to do it old school. We have to do it old school. We'll just swing back down here on this end of the field. Start down here. So that's the waterway that I was talking about. That thing's pretty nasty. Definitely need to come through here and try and fix that this winter. Also with these trees, maybe here on the south side or the north side of the field, probably be trimmed down a bit too, but lots of jobs, not a lot of time, especially on a dairy farm. You're always busy tending to the cows, so that's the way it goes. Alrighty, so Dad took over in the backfield here. We're just getting wagons moved. Should be able to take this one uptown and sell it. Sure where he's gonna want me. I guess we'll come over here at the end. But then we just leaving the 76 10 there with the wagons for him to dump in. Probably won't even need them all, but you know, you always prepare for the best. Want to make sure that we have enough wagons. Hard to ever know what you're gonna need. We'll wait for him down here. We'll have him dump on us once he's ready. Alrighty, so he is emptied on me. And we're gonna head up and get these oats sold. We don't use the oats at all for feed or anything. Our feed is actually pretty basic. It's just a mixture of haylage, corn silage, and like high moisture corn, or CCM, or whatever you really want to call it. So yeah, we can get a good deal on some like brewer's grain or anything like that, or some extra additive like grain. Sometimes we'll do that and give them to the heifers that are about to start milking, just to kind of help their milk supply. But yeah, our feed ration is pretty simple, but it works for us. So about 450 bushel between the two carts sitting right here. The old 4255 does struggle sometimes to get up these hills, but not too bad. Once it gets going, we're good. Didn't exactly top us right off, but it's not needed because we're gonna have to bring the other set down here anyway, so might as well just make it easy on us and keep it light, right, for both. Made it up to the co-op here in sight. Made it up to the co-op here. P&R Soil Services. Kind of a family-owned business. Not a huge co-op. Definitely not like you see some of the other YouTube guys pulling into, but it works for us. I mean, we're lucky to have a co-op here that does service us. There's not a whole lot of places that we can sell our grain, especially us. Not running semis or anything like that. Nice to have something nice and close. So a little bit of a drive still, but it's not anything that's not manageable. So we're just gonna get these dumped. Just about empty. And we'll get the next dumped. So I guess I can kind of chat a little bit about what the plan for this episode, or for this series, is going to be. I just posted in my Discord last evening that finally pulled the trigger on Starlink. Really have had internet issues where I live, kind of out in the country. Not not any option really at all. There's one option and it's not great. And then there's Starlink. It is expensive. The initial setup cost is kind of a lot, but finally decided to do it. So the kind of the plan for this series is we'll make videos on it, but it's mostly, I think, going to be more of a live streaming series. I think this is what we're going to be playing on stream, if streaming works. That's my big hope, is that we can make that work, because I really, really want to do some live streaming. Need to tell these guys to cut their tree there. So that's the hope, that we can get at least one stream in a week, if not two. Well, just really would love to interact with you guys more, and I know it's kind of hard through YouTube. Not really that connection that we can have a conversation and stuff. Obviously the comments are great. I always appreciate the comments. Love interacting with you guys that way, but yeah, it's just a different thing. Being able to chat and hang out and interact, so I'm looking forward to that. Really am. So should be about a week or two, and then we'll have that delivered and set up and ready to go. So be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, we'll probably get a video or two out. I'm still busy with harvest and stuff like that, so who knows how many we will, but figured I'd introduce this kind of in a little bit of a roleplay style, kind of a family farm type of thing. I always kind of like that story line, so yeah, be on the lookout. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd really appreciate that. And that's going to be the end of the video, so probably next video or stream or whatever, we got to get some baling done. So we're going to small bale those wheat fields for straw, and we're going to put those right up on in the hay mow, and we use those for bedding, so we drop those down from the hay mow, the bales, and kind of bed the cows that way. Nice and easy that way. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.